Hello and welcome. This is Chrisanne and I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chrisanne. We are going to be doing the weekly psychic predictions, and this is for the week of January 12th through January 19th of 2025. So we are going to be doing a deck review, and then we are going to be doing the weekly psychic prediction after that. So first of all, let's get started with the deck review of this week. This week, we're going to be reviewing Spirit Cats. Spirit Cats has been out for quite a few years. It is an inspirational 48 card deck. It is by Nicole Piar. I was lucky enough to interview Nicole many moons ago when I was a host on United Pagan Radio for many years, and she was one of the guests that I had. So Nicole does all the artwork for these really pretty cards, and not only does she do decks, but she has calendars and magnets and all that other fun type of stuff. So check out her right here is her website, spiritcatsdeck.com, and Nicole is all over social media, and this is the spelling of her name, so check that out. So let's look at Spirit Cats. So I have Cassie Rose in the room. She is nesting right now, so of course we're talking about cats, and she's she's fighting. So let me show you the inside of the box too. So there's that part, and then there's that part, and it says, close your eyes, soften your body, and draw a card. Listen to the magical whisperings of your intuition. Now, this deck does not have a book. You don't need a book. Some of these are going the wrong way. On one side is artwork, on the other side is the meaning of the cards. So you don't need a book with this one. So let's move the box over here to the side. Cassie Rose just wanted to come and say hi and pop out. Okay. So let's get started. So I'm going to show you the front and the back adventure. You know what? This week, instead of me reading each and every card, because there is a lot, I am going to leave them here. You can screenshot it, or you can pause the video and read them on your own. I am just going to be reading the top. This one, she sent me a postcard of this one, which was very nice. Catalyst. So Nicole is doing all the individual artwork for her deck, Relaxation. And these are all specific cats, obviously. Guardian. It's kind of neat. It's a really kind of different deck. It's a nice size. It's a great weight card. It's a nice thick card. This is the card of Curiosity. This one's fun too. Connection. Outside too. Passion. But you can see each one is its own little mini artwork, which is what I like. Intuition. Nicole's a really talented artist, and that energy comes through in the cards. This is the card of Trust. So you can pull one card a day, one card at night, soulmates. You can pull a card and see what the week has in store for you using this deck. Mischief. There's a lot of ways to use this deck. When you think outside the box of just using a card deck to do a traditional, what looks like a tarot spread, this is the card of Seeker. You can expand and see how you can pull one card for a situation that you're in. This is the card of peace. Or maybe you want to pull a card for a situation you're going to be in. Or maybe you want to pull a card, this is the card of flow, for the situation you have been in to give you a little bit more understanding of that. It's the card of patience. People get overwhelmed with decks if they're unfamiliar with how to do readings with decks. And if you break it down into all you have to pull is one card, or all you have to pull is 3 cards. This is the card of freedom. When you break it down into those terms, it's a little less intimidating for some people if they're unfamiliar with how to work with cards. This is the card of vulnerability. This one's pretty too. And that's the card of unique. Solitude. Mystery. Vision. I have done readings and reviews of this deck many moons ago. You can probably find them either on my YouTube channel or if you go way back on my Facebook page, Balance. This is a card of balance. My Facebook page is Elemental Energies with Chris Ann, and I used to do a whole bunch of deck reviews there. Of course, on my radio shows. This is the card of play. And on my podcasts. I haven't done my podcast in a while. There's 2 here. They want to stick together. And this is the card of cozy home. Threshold. Resilience. So I've had this card deck in my collection for quite a while, actually. And it's really fun. This is the card of wild. It's really fun to pull this deck out and use it for somebody who is very passionate about cats. This is a really fun deck to use for them as well. Paradox. You know, I forgot to look and see if I still have this available on my website. I used to sell this in my shop. This is the card of illumination. Oh, it's funny. Courage. Expression. That one's cute. Gratitude. So if you're somebody who's passionate about cats, this one might speak to you a little bit more. Generosity. It's the card of generosity. You need to go with what works for you. You need to go with what speaks to you. And I think this deck really does speak to a lot of people. Unconditional love. This deck speaks to the artist in me. That's the level that this deck speaks to me. Synchronicity. Nature. I like this one. Focus. Road less traveled. I like doing different deck reviews to show you the level of different decks that are out there. It's the card of meditation. I have so many decks in my collection that I want to share them. And this is one that I like. It's really different. It's really unique. This is the card of imagination. That one's cute. Cuddles. That one's really pretty. I like the bright, colorful ones too. And this is the card of Night Magic. Warrior. We're nearing the end here. Whoops, this way. Purification. Very pretty. Magic Maker. All the time that went into creating this deck really can't be understated. And this one is the cover art for Spirit Cats. Tending the Garden. Bliss. Oh, this is the last one. Majesty. Cool. So I hope you see how pretty, unique, and kind of intuitive as well these cards are to use. So like I was saying, if you're going to do one card pull, you're going to do a 3-card pull, you're going to do a 4-card pull, however it works for you, this is a really easy deck to work with. I mean, it's a pretty deck, obviously. Let me clear my cards by tapping them 3 times. We're going to pull 1 card out of this deck, and then we're going to do the full, we need 2 cards. We're going to do the full reading with Mystic Art Medicine. So we had 2. Let's see what the 2 are all about. Seeker. So this is the card knowing where's life taking you? What is going on? You need to open up and be aware. The next card, whoops, let me show you this one. This is the card of Mischief. So, you know, it's okay to not always be so prim and proper. It's okay to let your guard down and have a little mischief within your life. You know, sometimes that's what lightens our heart and opens up our heart for some other things to come. If we're always putting those walls up, we aren't able to let other things in. So that has been Spirit Cats. And like I said, you can check out her website, spiritcatsdeck.com. You can check my website out too, but absolutely go to her website and see all the other things that she has to offer. So I do like Spirit Cats. I do give it 2 thumbs up. It is one obviously I have within my collection, and I really like to pull it out and kind of surprise somebody when they're passionate about cats, that I have this deck within my arsenal. Let's continue and do the weekly psychic predictions for this week, in addition to those that we just talked about within Spirit Cats. So this is the Mystic Art Medicine deck. This is one that I really fall back on for all my readings. Before I move into all my readings, I also want to talk about the crystals that I have out for this week. I'm always drawn to pull different crystals to put here on my deck. Some days it's very elaborate, as if you follow me, you may have seen. Other days it's very simplistic. Sometimes I've only had 1 crystal out on my deck. And I haven't really talked much about the crystals that I pick, and I want to do that now. Not only do I psychically pick the crystals, I psychically pick the cards that I'm going to pull for somebody if I'm doing a reading. Sometimes I get that psychic information before the reading even starts. So I'm reading the deck. Why am I pulling that deck for that person? I have a why answer for every single one of the 550 plus decks that are in my collection. There's always a reason why that deck is pulled. So I'm getting a little bit of psychic insight into that. Likewise with the crystals, I'm getting a why. Why am I pulling these crystals for this week? And as soon as I saw that I was pulling these, I didn't need to ask the why much longer. these are stones of protection. So I wasn't only drawn to pull one shungite, I was drawn to pull 2 shungites. Now, shungite is a stone that I wear every single day. Shungite is a stone it's my favorite stone of the deepest level of protection. But I was also drawn to pull a strophalite, another stone of protection. And I'm like, oh, okay. We need to put our guard up. We need to have our protection up. You know, there's a lot of natural disasters and non-natural disasters that are going on in this country within this week. We need to be safe. We need to send a bubble of protection to those that might need it, as well as ourselves. Energy is infinite. It is not selfish to say, I need the energy to put up a bubble of protection for myself or a bubble of protection for my loved ones. It is infinite. So keep in mind that if you're putting up protection for yourself, please think of putting it up for somebody else that might be in need as well. If there's anything that any of us can do, it is to send protection. Let's move on to the reading for this week. This is for the week of January 12th through January 19th of 2025. And I am going to pull 3 cards for this week in addition to the 2 from Spirit Cats. Let's see what we have. We have the card of grief. There has been a lot of things that have been going on in the past that has been very sad, has been very tragic. We have had a lot of things going on within this country as a big shift. We have had some horrible, horrible tragedies. And I like that this card is in the past and not in the future. We already know the tragedies that have happened. Let's move beyond them, because the card that we have now is the card of ebb and flow. Things happen. We need to learn to live with what has happened. We can't stop functioning. And this is the card of saying we need to sort of take it in stride and learn how to deal with it, learn how to balance some of these things within our life, albeit positive and negative. And the last card for this week is the card of children. This card has a dual meaning when I pull it. So it is pay attention to the children around you, but it is also pay attention to your inner child. What is it that's going to make your inner child happy? We started off with grief, but we're moving into finding happiness. You know, we also had that message in the spirit cards with the mischief and finding a little bit of that joy and happiness and letting some of that come in. This is going to be a very pivotal transitional week. We go from here to here, and we need to find that balance in between. This is a heavy emotional week that's coming up. So just know, if you are having emotions, it is not necessarily you. It is the universe helping you to transition from the energy of grief into the energy of connecting with your inner child, finding that mischief, finding that joy. That is very much on par with what the Spirit Cat cards were saying to us as well. This just backs it up and gives a little bit more meaning to that. As always, I wish everyone well for this week and all future weeks. This has been Chrisanne. Please go and subscribe to my channel. I do post a video every single day. I post the psychic predictions of the week on every Sunday. I am going to be doing a lot more crystal gridding, and I always do art videos as well. So if you're into some of that, all of that, great. But if you subscribe to my channel, it's free, and I would really appreciate the help. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care and be free.